visibility looks a little milky, but I think it'll be alright. Feels like summer. It's meant to be 17 degrees. Don't think it's quite 17 though. Shame it's slightly overcast.
Wonder what the extra bobbers are for.
Orange bobber on it as well now. See the tide's still going south, there's a few eddies and stuff.
It's 35, mate.
No. Back that way, Dad.
No?
Back that way.
You've noticed why I said right here. It'd be dark.
You turn, go that way.
You don't want to be in 35, no?
Not first thing, no.
You need to test the water, as they say. See what the viz is like.
If the viz is good, I'll go for 35.
But that's on your own decision.
Yeah.
Make a big splash, Matt.
I'll try.
I'll stand in front of Den so he doesn't get wet. There he goes. Oh, not too bad. He tried.
Welcome back everyone, I'm JP Falaise and today you're going to join us on a dive. And yep, we're going for scallops. We need scallops because the stocks are very thin at the moment. Today we've got Den doing the boat for us, Diver Den, our diver driver, Matt, and alongside me is Michelle. We have dropped in 25 to 27-ish meters of water. We're on a slope so we can get shallower if we get to the bottom and the viz is horrendous or it's super dark, but it's looking okay at the moment. Quite happy with this. This will be a drift dive and we are going south still. We're kind of out the tide a little bit, we're in a bit closer. So I'm expecting a drift dive and just nice steady stream of water. Nice bit of current just to carry us down. Are we ever going to see the bottom? It seems to be taking forever to get to the bottom today. Nope, and there it is. A little bit dark. But I wouldn't say the viz is bad. In fact, it's pretty good. See the line of my reel is going off at sort of 90 degrees from me, or straight ahead, so I can tell there's a little bit of tide still. Buff on the surface is travelling a lot faster than we are on the bottom. Quick check of the air, make sure it's actually on. Yep, and we seem to be using a little bit, which is always good. We're a little bit shallower, 23 meters pretty much. But to be honest, I wouldn't want to be much deeper. See if we can get some lights on and bring some light colour back to this dive. Looks a bit cold and bland when it's this colour. I wouldn't get too excited because this is an area which a lot of Guernsey divers go down through. It's kind of a nice little passage between a couple of reefs that sort of take you down towards Fermain Bay. Not expecting any massive numbers as usual. We make sure we get at least 2 dozen for Richard because that covers the cost for the boat to take us out. We do try and get more, it's just sometimes we get sidetracked. As you know, if you've been on a dive before, I do get sidetracked by anything. I do tend to spend a long time looking at the smaller parts on the seabed. Don't know why, I'm just fascinated in little things. We are getting quite a lot of backscatter off of the lights. My lights really should be about another 5 to 6 inches further away. But if they're too long, then it's a nightmare to fold up and hold on me the whole time. So it's kind of a trade-off. Yeah, a little bit of backscatter, but at least I haven't got a massive camera with me. And the spider crabs on it are starting to come in. Plenty of glass bottles down here if you like glass bottles and jars. first part of this dive is always like a desert. We kind of know what we're going to see. We're going to see hermit crabs and small sand crabs and snails and all that sort of stuff. Like this. There's a hermit crab having a fight with a masked crab by the looks of it. I think the hermit crab's winning. Masked crab isn't dead, he's still alive. Hermit crab's got him by one of his legs. It's always very hard to know exactly where you are under the sea, but I've kind of got a good idea roughly where we are. We're going to be coming across a cable anytime soon. And we've seen the cable loads of times before. It's the cable that's powering the island pretty much from, it goes down to Jersey and then across to France. It's got a special filter on it that only green energy comes down, I think. Because apparently it's 100% green energy that comes down the cable. I don't think it is. Yep, but it's a cable. Not quite sure if this cable should be uncovered, to be honest, but it's kind of the connector. This part, it's still got the lifting straps on and bits and bobs. Like I say, I don't know what it is, but that black bit's the cable that goes in. God knows how much energy's going through there. I think something like 90 megawatts, something like that. I don't know. Don't know much about electrics. But I know this is the joining bit that comes from the sea, and then it joins here and then goes up to land. Like a big torpedo. Almost looks like a bomb, but like I say, I've seen this thing loads of times. And I've got a feeling it is slightly burying itself, maybe. Oh, Mish has found a lovely hat. Blue Helly Hansen hat. If anyone's lost a hat, we found it. And some nice sized crabs as well. It's hard to figure it out on camera, but we're in a sort of a 4-foot divot in the seabed, almost like as if someone's dug a trench through the seabed. I believe they towed some sort of plough with the cable going down inside it. A bit like you see when they do dewatering in farmers' fields. So all of this that you can see with all the shells in is the bottom of the trench, and on the left and the right you got these berms where I take it the sand that was in the middle has been ploughed out to the sides. It's basically just heaped up probably 2 or 3 meters either side, which is this part here. It's amazing because you can tell before you get there, because you see all of these shells, and there is, don't ask me, there's loads and loads of different types of shells here. There's some sort of clams and scallop shells and razor clams, all sorts. Oh, what's this?
Oh, that is lovely. Look at that. Look at that, Richard. Look. Oh. 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 I'll have to dig it out now.
This pot is actually in the berm, so this must have been dug out when they pulled the cable through. I bet it's not full. I bet it's damaged.
That's awesome. Oh. That is nice. Look at it. Oh. Yeah. Look at that. Hold it up. Hold it. Oh.
I cannot believe that pot is still full after being, well, potentially dug through with the cable, to be honest, because it's in the pile of sand alongside, so it must have been ploughed through, and it's still not broken. Well, I don't know what it is, but I know it's very, very old. We'll have to ask Keeney when we get back up onto the boat. He's not with us, so I have to drop him a text message. See what he says about it. If anyone knows, it's either going to be Richard or the museum. I'll try Richard first because he knows his stuff. Now stuff like that kind of warrants taking because it will only get damaged, to be honest, and how it hasn't been damaged already I'm not sure, to be honest, because it's probably a 300-year-old pot, that. Now I've had a bit of excitement, we need to get back on the scalloping again. Yep, the crabs are definitely starting to come in. I haven't seen them in massive numbers, and I haven't seen the nice orange ones, but they're getting there. They're looking a lot better than they did a couple of weeks ago. The scallop numbers are well down today, that's for sure. Sometimes you get a feeling that you're being watched. Not quite sure where. Have a quick look around. And then all of a sudden I look back over my left shoulder. And who do I find? Oh, I was going to show my pot, but he's gone now. Don't worry, he hasn't gone that far because I think my rope is wrapped around his. I can feel his rope grinding against my bit of string. Always check out the back of these reefs because they're always covered in some nice sea life. Always colourful. Let's take a quick look. And another thing is, because we're heading down behind here, we're actually at the tide. See a couple of crevice sea cucumbers there. Oh, there's a nice anemone there. See it right in the middle? I don't know if it's a fried egg anemone, not quite sure. But I'm getting pulled away by Matt. Matt's stronger than me, so he's pulling me away from the reef. Oh well. Meant to be a scalloping anyway, so let's carry on looking. This actually is a really ideal seabed for these scallops, but I can't see any. And I don't think Matt came this way as well. I know which direction he's off when I look at my rope. He's off to my left. Just check on my pot. Yeah, it's still looking good. I haven't broke it yet. The plan is now to swim to what's the right hand side or what's west. It just gets us a little bit shallower. And when you're shallower, you're under less pressure, so you can stay there a little bit longer. Oh, what's this? Is this the cap off of a glass jar? Or is this actually a glass jar? Nope, I know exactly what this is straight away. Can you guess what that is? This is a glass bowl off of a water separator on a fuel system. I wonder how that got in the sea. Loads and loads of baby scallops around here. Always good to see, but it's not good for us today. But then again, it's alright. We'll come back and get them another year. You can see them from really far away, but still, all too small. Keep looking around because I'm hearing some weird noises. Not quite sure what it is, but I notice there's a big reef here. And I know it gets shallow behind it, so we'll go to the left, up the sandbank. We should find some scallops. This is normally where you find them, where the water gets shallower. Still got so much air left. We've been 30 minutes in the water, so I'm starting to get cold now. Our water temp is about 10 degrees. That's 10 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Yes, finally find some. quite weird because when you've been diving for quite a while, well, especially with Richard as well, you tend to notice little tiny things. Like, I kind of know where I am here because this is Murrell and it's starting to run out. So I know I'm outside the bathing pools, maybe a little bit further south, possibly down as far as Tares Point. It's all these little things you pick up once you've been diving for a while. We don't really find Murrell south of the Valet, really. I think it's one of them days where I'm actually going to get too cold and give up before running out of air or running out of bottom time. It is quite rare, but I think today's going to be the day. Well, kind of almost where I thought we were. Look, that white building straight ahead, and just above the waterline is the bathing pools.
Wherever we go, you're there. Watch out, I got an old pot in my bag. There's Max, I think Max beating us. Where's yours, miss? 1, 2, 3. That might be going to gauge it. 4, 5, 6, 7. And the same as that is ridiculous. Who put that in my bag?
In your bag?
Someone put that in my bag. Ragworm. It will bite me eventually. Good pot bait that. I mean, good fishing bait that. Yeah, not good for pot bait. Good fishing bait. Helly Hansen, yes.
That's a good hat.
That's worth more than all the scallops put together.
Whose hat is this?
If you're missing that hat, Miss is going to take it home and wash it. That would kill your washing machine. It's quite a cool little pot, that. To fill out the receiver Rex form for that one. See if the museum want it. Because if I take that home, my missus is going to go crazy. More junk in the house.
I WhatsApped Richard a couple of photographs and he said it's Norman ware, 17th, possibly 18th century.
Thanks for taking us out, Dan. That was good.
No problem, mate.
That was good, very good. This wasn't amazing, at least we know what that screaming was underwater now. It's a dolphin.
I can hear it.
I did, yeah. It sounded like Matt had been run over. I just did.
It's like somebody dropped,
Did you?
like slapped their hand on the sand and it just went doof
Yeah.
like into a circle.
And it wasn't us.
Andy, after you said that, did you make that noise?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
heard that.
I was like, what's that screaming? I could just hear. But it was a dolphin. That explains a bit then. It's a shame, 'cause look at the viz in here. Look, you can see it's about 10 feet deep here. See a scallop shell on the bottom. But oh well. Some you win, some you lose, and that's why we're only doing one dive. There's no point wasting the air and doing another. Cafe latte. Well, unfortunately, Richard isn't going to retire just yet on the bounty from the sea. I don't know how many I had in here. Would I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 maybe? Mish, I think, beat me. But I'm getting used to that now. She's beaten me quite a bit. Well, that was dark and dusty, I must say, and it was well, it wasn't too bad when we got into the shallows, and we seen the big old connection on the cable. So that's like the big, basically the inter-island connection for all our power that comes in. And right next to it, just as we're coming up over the top of the sandbank, they must have dug so close to that pot. And I say the pot's down here. I'm gonna have to fill out the receiver of wrecks formwork for it and give it in, and then. What I'll do is I'll probably show you that actually. I'll probably show you the process of filling the paperwork out. It's not really much really, just fill a bit of paper out and then send it into the States to the receiver of wrecks.
It's very straightforward to do. You just fill out this form which is downloaded off the harbour's or the port's website and then hand it into the receiver of wrecks. You pretty much put all the information you need, what you think it is, and some lovely pictures that just shows them what it is you found. And after a few days you'll receive an email with confirmation acknowledgement, and then you'll receive a letter in the post. And it says, thank you for your recent submission, the receiver of Rex form. Your application has been reviewed and we are pleased to advise we are happy for you to retain this item.
So I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. It was freezing cold. I had about 100 bar left, but I decided I've had enough. We did hear something squeaky. It sounded like someone shouting in the water, but it ended up being dolphins. Well, a dolphin. Dan said, oh, did you see the dolphin? He was around here. I didn't see him. Mish seen a big waft of sand. Basically alongside her, I was one side, and the other side she's in a big waft of sand. So the dolphins probably come down and then hit the sand and bumped it up. And the same with Matt. Matt had exactly the same thing. He thought it was another diver there. Looked around, no one was there. So it's obviously the dolphin. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. It's now time for a coffee and warm up. Thanks a lot, and I'll catch you on the next tide.